on the last lecture we discussed wound, right? So today we are going to discuss ulcer, and ulcer is a quite relevant topic to your examination because so many questions are frequently asked. Yeah, so many questions are frequently asked regarding ulcers as well. Okay, and both the topic wound and ulcer, they are quite similar. So hardly there is any difference. Few questions are being asked in recent years from the ulcers. So I will discuss all these things. But before starting that, we will discuss some basic facts about the ulcer, type of ulcers, its definition, and the special type of ulcers which are very important in your examination point of view. So should we start now? I think everybody is joined, right? Okay, so if we ask something about ulcer, what is ulcer? So similarly the definition is, thank you. Ulcer is a breach of the continuity of the skin epithelium or the mucous membrane caused by the slugging out of the inflamed necrotic tissue. Okay, what is the definition of the ulcer? It is a breach in the continuity of the skin. It is a breach in the continuity of the skin. Similarly, जैसा कि हम लोगों ने उनमें देखा था, it is a breach in the continuity of the skin. लेकिन डिफरेंस क्या है? स्किन में भी epithelial and mucous membrane. Breach in the continuity of the skin, especially in the epithelium and mucous membrane, and caused by slugging out of the inflamed necrotic tissue. उनमें you are not going to get the necrotic tissues. In wound you will not get the necrotic tissue, but in ulcer you are going to get the necrotic tissue, and that necrotic tissue, when slugging out of the necrotic tissue, this is called ulcer. Okay, this is the basic concept about the ulcer and the basic difference between the ulcer and the wound. Clear? Okay, now we will talk about the type of, what is the part of the ulcer. And ulcer have some parts. Like wound do not have part. Wound have a variety. Wound have like lacerated wound. We have discussed earlier. Few people are new in this group, so we have already discussed the wound. You can see our previous lectures that has been uploaded. So in the wound, I have told you several type of wounds like lacerations, bruises, contusions, and different type of wound. Today we are going to discuss about the ulcer, and ulcer have some parts. What are the parts of ulcer? We will talk about margin. First part of the ulcer is margin, and margin is very important because you can easily identify the cause of the ulcer by just looking its margin. How? Do you have any idea about the margin of the ulcer? Okay, everyone is comfortable with the English now? Because some people from the south, they have some issue with Hindi language. I hope so you people are comfortable, huh? Somebody please respond. Comfortable with English? Okay, fine. So okay, got it. Thank you. Okay, so what is the margin, and how the margin can give you some idea regarding the kind of disease. Listen, margin can be regular or irregular. The margin of the ulcer can be irregular or irregular. It can be oval or it can be rounded. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. The margin of the ulcer can be regular or irregular. It's simple regular, or maybe zigzag irregular type of margin. It can be rounded or it can be oval. Every has its own significance. Okay, now this is called the margin. The outer surface of the wound is called its margin. What is edge and what is floor? There are three parts. One is margin, edge, and floor, and fourth part is base. These four parts make ulcer. Okay, so we just talked about margin. Margin is the outermost part of the ulcer. Clear? It can be regular, irregular, it can be oval, or it can be round. Sorry. Now coming to the edge. Edge is the portion, it is very important. Edge is a portion which connects the margin with its base. Okay, do you understanding? Suppose this is the ulcer, this is the ulcer, this is the complete ulcer, this is going to be your edge. Okay, this is complete your ulcer, this is going to be the edge, this portion, the outermost portion which you can visualize easily. Now this portion is called edge, this portion is called edge, and this portion of the ulcer is called base. Clear? Sorry, floor. This portion is called floor, and this ulcer will rest on base. Clear? This is margin, this is the margin, this is the edge, this is called your floor, and this ulcer rests over a base. Clear? So coming to the edge is the connection between floor and margin. Clear? Edge is the connection between floor and margin. This is just give a basic idea about the ulcer, because sometimes questions are very simple, questions will be very simple, and you will think ye kahan se aaya hai, what is the significance. So some basic idea is required, because they will not ask about these things, but yes, for the basic understanding of the ulcer it is very important. Clear है? Now write down something, थोड़े इनकी definitions आप लोग पहले लिख लो, है ना, then we will proceed further. Okay, ready? So write the definition of the ulcer. Ulcer is a branch. Ulcer is a breach of the continuity of the skin. Ulcer is a breach of the continuity of the skin, epithelium, a mucous membrane caused by slugging out. Ulcer is, repeat करते हैं, ulcer is a breach of the continuity of the skin, epithelial, a mucous membrane caused by slugging out of inflamed necrotic tissue. Remember, inflamed necrotic tissue. When inflamed necrotic tissue slugged out, this will form an ulcer. And if there is no necrotic tissue, you can call it wound. Clear? Now write type and its part. First part, okay, part of ulcers. In part of ulcers, number one is margin. The uppermost part of the ulcer is called margin. Margin can be regular or irregular. It will come further ना, अभी आगे हम लोग देखेंगे. We will say in further lectures what is the significance of the margin. Margin regular or irregular, or it can be rounded or oval. Now come to the edge. This portion of the ulcer is called edge. Please write down. Edge is the connection between connection between margin and flow. Okay, before proceeding to the floor, write it down, type of edges. edges. Number one, sloping. Number one type of edge is sloping. Sloping, you understand now? This is quite vertical, this is sloping. Something, this is vertical, this is sloping. If the margin is like this, the margin of the ulcer is like this, this is called sloping ulcer. And you will find this where? You will find this type of ulcer, you will find this type of ulcer in, write it down, you will find a sloping ulcer in healing. When any ulcer heals, its margin become sloping. Got it? If any ulcer heals, its margin become sloping. So you understand now? You just observe its margin and you find it's a kind of sloping margin. You can say it's healing now. Okay? A surgeon would be very happy if he finds the ulcer sloping. In sloping ulcer, it is also called as healing ulcer. You will find a lot of granulation tissue. Hope you people know about granulation tissue. Granulation tissue is nothing but it is a filling tissue, that you can say the healing tissues. So obviously if the ulcer is healing, there must be a granulation tissue. It look very interestingly, when you will look granulation tissue, it will look very red, very inflamed, but it's not inflammation. Don't get confused just by looking. It is an inflamed tissue. It's not an inflamed tissue, but it is a heavily you can say, over circulated portion of the wound. Yeah, you can say the lot of blood circulation is there because newly formed capillaries are there. So it looks very red. Okay, it looks very red. It's called granulation tissue, and if there is granulation tissue, you can easily say that it is a healing ulcer. Okay? And what about the outer part of the margin? The outer part of the margin will be white in color. Okay? The surface, the base, the floor, it will look like very red, whereas the margin is white, because here fibrosis takes place. Fibrosed tissues. Okay? This is something about the sloping ulcer. Yeah, you can say the healing ulcer. Now come on the second type. It is undermine. What is undermine? Undermine is something like this. Suppose this is the surface, this is the outer surface of the ulcer, and the undermine margin will be like this. You and this. Okay? It's just like a flask. Got it? The undermine margin is like a flask. It will go straight, the outer surface will come inside and then cover like this. Got it? This is called undermine margin, and this is a very significant one because this type of undermine type of margin is found in tuberculosis, a very common disease found in India. This is a very common disease found in India that is called tuberculosis, and it's ulcer. It causes a margin. It's called undermine margin. Clear? So just watching the ulcer's margin, you can easily identify that the person is suffering from which disease? Tuberculosis. It has great significance now, because you will then advise the patient to go for the investigation like tuberculosis, AFP. You will ask for the AFP, acid flask bacilli. Yeah, you may ask for the X-ray. You may ask for the history of tuberculosis if you find this type of ulcers, and suddenly you will start anti-tubercular drug and patient will completely recovered. Until unless you will keep on applying the different type of ointment and different type of dressing and everything, but you will not get the desired success until unless your diagnosis is very accurate. And how you will make the diagnosis? Diagnosis is on the basis of its appearance. This is called something clinical diagnosis. You will not start the treatment of tuberculosis just because the margin is undermined, but yeah, you can easily direct your investigation and further course of action towards tuberculosis just seeing its margin. Clear? And this question has been asked, so you can mark a star over it. Undermined margin is found in tuberculosis. Clear? And moreover, you people are going to get your examination on online now, so you may expect some audio visual type of questions now, because in so many examinations people the pattern are changing. They will asking diagram based questions, so they can easily ask which type of margin it is. So it's simple, it's undermined tuberculosis. Next is punch out. Next is punch out. Punch out edge. What is punch out edge? Punching machine, punching machine. Sometimes you punch the paper, it's just like punching out the machine. If you see the ulcer, you will find this you will find that this ulcer has punched out. It will look like the margin is very sharp. The margin of the ulcer is very sharp, totally straight, and it looks somebody has punched something from there. Okay, this is called punch out ulcer, and it is specifically found in which disease? Syphilis. You know syphilis, no? This question is also asked in several examinations and several times. What is the punch out edge and where it is found? Punch out edge and where it is found? It is syphilitic ulcers. This punch out ulcer is also found in trophical ulcer. You people know about trophical ulcer. Trophic ulcers are pressure ulcers. If patient is sleeping or staying on bed for a long duration, there will be pressure on the back, especially the buttock regions. So that ulcer will develop in sometimes, maybe in 10-15 days. Okay, especially in the patient of the paralysis, they cannot move, so they will stay on the bed for a very long period of time. So there will be a development of ulcer that is called bed sore. Okay, in hospitals you can easily find bed sore. Okay, so this is called trophical ulcer. Several times this question has been asked. What is a trophical ulcer? It is a pressure ulcer. And what you will do in the treatment of the pressure ulcer? Remove the pressure. Keep the patient turning every 20 minutes. Clear? This is called punch out. Next is beaded edge. What is beaded edge? Beads, pearl beads. Beaded ulcers. This is found in malignancies. Beaded ulcers found in malignancies. They directly ask this type of questions: from where you found the beaded ulcers? This is found in malignancies. And specifically, अगर आपसे पूछे which malignancy? Basal cell carcinoma, BCC. Basal cell carcinoma. And last is everted edge. What is everted edge? The edge will be everted. The ulcer's edge will be everted. Clear? It is also called, the everted edge is also called rolled out edge. Okay, got it? So how many edges are there? Number one is sloping. Sloping is found in healing ulcers. Number two is undermine. Undermine edge is found in tuberculosis. Number third is punch out. It is found in syphilis. Beaded ulcer is found in carcinoma. Beaded ulcer is found in carcinoma. And last is the everted, that is everted edge is found in rolled out. I hope it's clear now. Now we have talked about the margin, we have talked about the edges. Now we will talk about the floor. What is the floor? Floor is the base area where the edge comes in contact, and all this slugging, all this slugged portion. Sir, everted दोबारा बता दी. Okay, Aryan, everted is nothing, just you can understand like this. This is the ulcer margin and evert like this. ठीक है, तो इट्स आपको बोले ना, आप कह सकते हो कि घर में आप लोगों ने थालियाँ देखी होंगी ना, सम थालियाँ स्पेसिफिकली जो आउटसाइड की तरफ रहती है. एक तो थाली होती है बिल्कुल स्ट्रेट यूँ, एक होती थोड़ी सी इवर्टेड. मार्जिन इज नॉट लाइक स्ट्रेट, मार्जिन इज लाइक दिस, दैट इज कॉल्ड इवर्टेड. नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर, या नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर अभी आएगा. आई विल टेल यू नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर्स. व्हाट इज नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर? चलो आपने पूछ दिया तो मैं बता देता हूँ. नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर इज नथिंग बट which take a longer duration to heal, or not being able to heal properly is called non-healing ulcer. Reason being आप suppose a person is suffering from bed sore, V shape, like, yes, you can say V shape, everted, no, everted out. Yes Aryan, it is everted and it is V shape. I will send you the photograph, है ना, don't worry, you will get that easily. So okay, we were talking about the non-healing ulcers. Non-healing ulcers are those ulcers which take a very long duration, more than 2 weeks. Yeah, it can take maybe 6 months or maybe year, okay, to heal out. This is called non-healing ulcer. Reason can be several, because of the improper treatment, because of the non-removal of the causative factor. Suppose somebody is suffering from the bed sore, and because of its pressure, okay, and you are not turning the patient in and out on every 20 minutes, okay, and you are dressing every day, okay, sister is dressing every day, but he is not turning the patient on frequently. On 20 minutes you have to shift the patient in one direction to other direction. What will happen? Will this ulcer will heal? Never ever. Doesn't make any difference whether you dressed every 2 hours, but important is to remove the causative factor. Until unless you are not removing the causative factor, dressing itself is not going to help you out. Got it? And this ulcer will turn out into non-healing ulcer. Got it, Lucky? Now come to the floor. Floor is the portion where slugged, necrosed area is present. Floor is the base area. Just above the base there is floor, and this area contain a slugging, discharge, sanguineous discharges, okay, blood, necrotic tissue. It is filled with these type of material. ठीक है. In ulcers, depending on which type of ulcer it is, it can be granulous tissue, it can be discharge, it can have serous, sanguineous discharge, several things, necrosed tissue, या maybe sometime fibrosis. So this is called floor. And last is base. The ulcer which rest on the surface is called base. Suppose this is an ulcer and it is resting on my breast. ठीक है. So this portion is called ulcer, and where it is resting is called base. Why base is important? Why we are focusing on the base? Base will give you idea regarding the base will give you the idea regarding its extent. You people know about the induration. What is induration? Anybody have idea? Raise your hand. Do you know what is induration? Anybody have any idea regarding induration? Anybody? No? Okay, let me tell you what is induration. Induration is nothing but it is a hardening of the tissue. It is a hardening of the tissue is called induration. Okay, and it is not a symptom. Induration is a sign. Acha, very interesting question is very basic question. People will always hardening. Yes, Shruti, you are absolutely right. Hardening. Okay, and it is what is this induration is a sign or symptom? This induration is sign or symptom? The induration is a sign. It's not a symptom. Clear? You have to examine a patient. When the doctor has to examine to find out what is the basic reason, this is called sign, and the patient says something about it is called symptoms. Okay, so induration is the hardening of the yes, induration is the hardening of the skin. Got it? And what gives the idea? This hardening gives the idea about extension of the disease, how extended it is. Clear? Acha, write it down. Induration of the ulcer. Write down induration of the ulcer. It is important. Clinically palpatory sign. It is a clinically palpatory sign. Induration is a clinically palpatory sign. It is a hardness in the diseased tissue. It is a hardness in a diseased tissue. Clear? What is the reason of induration? Why it happens? Because of fibrosis. Any ulcer which stands for a very long period of time, there will be fibrosis. Clear? There will be fibrosis, and this fibrosis will leads to the induration. Clear? Acha, can induration be inside its base, inside its margin, or it can extend beyond the margin? Do you have any idea? This induration should be up to the base, or it can extend beyond its base. It can extend beyond its base. Clear? Reason: suppose there is a carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma in the skin. Clear? And start forming a ulcer. Very typical example. There is a basal cell carcinoma of the skin, and it will start forming a ulcer in its center. Now central portion is ulcerated. Clear? But when you will feel around the ulcer, you will feel the skin is not base. Sorry, I didn't get you. Aryan, what are you asking? Should I repeat this? Okay, let me repeat. What I am saying, the extent of we are talking about the induration. This induration can extend its margin, or it should be limited in the margin. Okay? So what I am saying, it is not necessary that induration should be within the margin. Okay? Ulcers की margin, it can very easily extend its ulcers margin, because suppose we have dealing with a basal cell carcinoma which is found in your skin. Suppose this is the area which your skin is infected with basal cell carcinoma, and the ulcer will start somewhere in the center. The ulcer will start somewhere in center. Okay, so this will be your margin. ठीक है, this so induration can extend beyond the margin. It's very simple. Okay, it will give the idea of extension. This will give the idea of extension of the disease. Okay, when a surgeon will go for the operation, it has to concern with not only concerned with the its margin but the induration. It has to remove all the tissue around the indurated portion. Clear? That's why induration is important. I hope it is clear to you. Clear? Now come to the type of ulcers. Now come to the hardening. Hardening is same. Induration and hardening is same. Shruti, you are asking about the hardening. Okay, clear? Now type of ulcer. First type of ulcer we are talking about is spreading ulcer. What is spreading ulcer? Type of ulcer. There are 4 type of ulcer: spreading ulcer, healing ulcer, non-healing ulcer, and static ulcer. 4 type of ulcer. Write down. Type of ulcer. Number 1, spreading ulcer. Number 2, healing ulcer. Number 3, non-healing ulcer. Number 4, static ulcer. Clear? So come to the spreading ulcer. This is the most common type of ulcer, spreading ulcer. Every ulcer will initially be a spreading ulcer. Clear? So what are the criterias? What are the criterias of spreading ulcers? Number 1, write down. There is nothing special, just you have to write down. You will understand very easily. What is spreading ulcer? Spreading ulcer is nothing which is spreading. Okay. Number 1, what will be its edge? Edge will be inflamed. If somebody is spreading, someone is spreading, the edge must be inflamed. It's not healing, na? It's spreading. So edge will be inflamed. Next, what will be its margin? Margin will be irregular. Why margin will be irregular? Because at some place there is healing take place, at some place inflammation is taking place. So both are going simultaneously, na? Both healing and spreading is going simultaneously. To the margin will be like zigzag. This is called irregular margin. And what about the margins edema? It will be edematous, but like swelled. Clear? There will be bit swelling. Margin will be edematous. It will like it has imbibed some water. What is edematous? When something imbibes water is called edematous. Okay? So margin is inflamed, margin is irregular, and margin is edematous. These 3 criteria for spreading ulcer. Okay, you can put this spreading ulcer in an acute ulcer as well. You can say this spreading ulcer is an acute ulcer. It is spreading, it is inflamed. So it is going to be painful or painless. Simple common sense. It is going to be painful or painless. Obviously it is going to be a very painful ulcer because it's inflamed, and inflammation has some signs, na? Like edema, redness, temperature, pain. So there will be a pain. So what about the next point? What about the granulation tissue? In a spreading ulcer there will be a granulation tissue or not? There will be no granulation tissue. Remember, there is no granulation tissue. Yeah, there is no granulation. It is very important. In a spreading ulcer there is no granulation tissue. ठीक है? I hope you are understanding, right? You write it down. We talked about the edge. Edge is inflamed, irregular and edematous, and the ulcer is acute in nature and it is painful, and there is no granulation tissue. If somebody will ask in a spreading ulcer what you will find, you will find discharge, slug, granulation tissue, pain. So there is no granulation tissue. And what about the discharge? In a spreading ulcer, there will be discharge, there will be slug, there will be necrotic tissue. Clear? Now come to the next topic, healing ulcer. Healing ulcer. Again we will talk about the edges. And the edge will look like, I have told you, the healing ulcer's edge is sloping in nature. It will be like a slope. Clear? In second is B is healing ulcer, and in healing ulcer slope is, edge is sloping. Clear? What about the granulation tissue? Obviously it is healing na, so healing there will be granulation tissue. There is a lot of granulation tissue. Appearance कैसी होगी? How it will appear? It will appear totally, but it is said there is some healing and inflammation. So how granulation tissue can be absent? Because granulation tissue takes some time. Okay, we were talking about the margin. We are not talking about the base na. Both ठीक है. At the margin there is inflammation, there is healing, ठीक है, but at the margin there is no granulation takes place in your tissues, ठीक है, not in epithelium. Granulation process takes place in your tissue, not in skin or epithelial layers. Clear? So their destruction and repair is taking place. That's why the margin is irregular. But granulation tissue takes place, development of granulation tissue takes place in your floor or base area. ठीक है? मार्जिन पे ग्रेनुलेशन नहीं होती, वहाँ पे तो you will get the epithelial tissue ना. Clear? So in healing ulcer there is a lot of granulation tissue, edge will be sloping. And what about the necrosis? Necrosis होगी वहाँ पे healing में? No, there will be no necrosed, या very less necrosed tissue. Important is no sign of inflammation. Aryan, you got the answer? You understand now? Okay. In healing ulcers there will be no inflammation. What about the induration? Again it's healing, it's not expanding, so there will be no induration, a very less induration. Induration is not significance. There is no significance of induration in healing ulcers. Next is non-healing ulcer. Third one, non-healing ulcer. Third one is non-healing ulcer. Non-healing ulcer is also called as chronic ulcers. Non-healing ulcer is also called as chronic ulcers. ठीक है? Now in chronic ulcers the margin is very important. Which kind of margin you can find in chronic ulcers? Margin is punch out. I have told you about punch out. I have told you punch out is found in syphilis. ठीक है, in tropical ulcers. Punch out is like you punched something out from the skin and the margin is very sharp margin is there. This will found in non-healing ulcers. ठीक है, those diseases which have a chronic in nature, those takes place in long duration of time, like syphilis, tuberculosis, their margins can be a very sharp one. What about the granulation tissue? The granulation tissue is non-healing ulcers. It will be present but in less amount. In non-healing ulcer, granulation tissue is present but less in amount. Note it. In non-healing ulcer, like non-healing ulcer is also called as chronic ulcer, margin is punched out and granulation tissue is very less. Clear? Granulation tissue is very less. Now fourth ulcer is stationary ulcer. Fourth ulcer is stationary ulcer. इसके बारे में आप लोग नहीं जानते होंगे. What is stationary ulcer? Stationary ulcers are those ulcers which take place very long duration to heal. Approximately more than 1 year. They are called as stationary ulcers. Clear? It is also called as callus. Stationary ulcers are also called as callus. Clear? Now again, it is non-healing ulcer. Margin is punched out. What about the inflammation? Inflammation will be there because it's not healing. Inflammation is present. What about the tissue destruction? Very important thing about the stationary ulcers is tissue destruction. There is a heavy tissue destruction in callus or stationary ulcers. Heavy destruction of the tissue. Clear? Margin is punched out. Inflammation is there. Heavy destruction in callus. Heavy destruction of the tissue and granulation tissue. Granulation tissue will be there, but very least in amount. Okay. And why? What is the reason of stationary ulcers? Stationary ulcers के reasons क्या होते हैं? Mostly if you got chemical injury or radiation injuries. Radiation injury is something like a very deep penetrating burn. Radiation injury is a very deep penetrating burn. Clear? Somebody is working in radioactive substances and will get burned with that. Okay. There are lab technicians which are working in cancer hospitals. They might be exposed to cobalt and different type of radioactive substances. They might have ulcers which are stationary ulcers, which are very deep in nature. Yeah, this is called as the stationary ulcers or callus. Clear? यहाँ तक किसी को कोई कंफ्यूजन हो तो पूछ सकता है. Should I repeat? No. Okay. Now come to the classification of the ulcer. From now you will get the important questions. अभी तक the basic concept we were dealing with. Now we will get the question and answer from this portion. ठीक है, तो this is important from your examination point of view. Now note down classification of the ulcer on the basis of duration. Classification of ulcer on the basis of duration. Number one is acute and chronic. Acute ulcer less than 2 weeks. Remember, any ulcer which heals out within 2 weeks is called acute ulcer, whereas chronic ulcer is the ulcers which takes more than 2 weeks is called chronic ulcer. Clear? Next on the basis of pathogenesis. Next, first classification was on the basis of duration. Clear? Acute and chronic. तो पूछा जाता है कि acute ulcer duration less than 2 weeks, chronic ulcer more than 2 weeks. Clear? Now on the basis of pathogenesis, what is the basic reason behind the ulcer? On the basis of pathogenesis, it is of 3 types. Number one is specific ulcer. Number one is, note it, number one, specific ulcer. What is specific ulcer? Specific ulcers are those ulcers which have a specific causative agent. Specific ulcers are those ulcers which have specific causative agents. For example, tuberculosis, syphilis. Patient may come to you and you find patient is suffering from tuberculosis and also some kind of ulcers on its surface, skin surface. So you can easily say this is a very specific type of ulcer. Okay, it is very specific type of ulcer. The person is suffering from syphilis, that's why he is showing this type of ulcers. This is called specific ulcers. Second is malignant ulcer. Malignant ulcer is also called as rodent ulcer. This question has been asked so many times. What is malignant ulcer? And in option you will get a rodent ulcer. What is malignant ulcer? It is rodent ulcer, and rodent ulcer is nothing, it is a basal cell carcinoma. ठीक है, it's a bit difficult to remember because there is no collaboration between the rodent ulcer, it sounds something rodent ulcer and it's come under the basal cell carcinoma. Actually initially when it was named rodent ulcer, it was wrong, but since it was very popular one, so we cannot drop that name. But later on in the recent studies we come to know that it's not a rodent ulcer but it is a basal cell carcinoma. That's why we say it malignant ulcer. It is also called as rodent ulcer, also called as basal cell carcinoma. Frequently asked question. Okay. Now third one is non-specific, and it is very broad one. We talk about the non-specific ulcers. Number one is traumatic ulcer. In traumatic ulcers, mechanical, physical and chemical. In traumatic ulcers, mechanical, physical and chemical. If we ask in traumatic ulcers which one is the most common, which ulcer is most common in in traumatic ulcers? In traumatic ulcers, chemical ulcers are most common ulcer. What is mechanical ulcers? मैकेनिकल अल्सर्स क्या होते हैं? सपोज somebody is wearing a very compact anklet or maybe any ornament, ring, maybe something. So this mechanical pressure over the period of time will develop ulcer. This is called mechanical ulcer. Clear? What is physical ulcer? What is the physical one? Some people have RCT in their teeth. Okay, there will be capping. You may be capping or may not be capped. If somebody don't go for the capping, the edges of the teeth will become sharp over the period of time and will start piercing your mucous membrane constantly, and ultimately it will form a ulcer. This ulcer is called physical ulcer. Clear? But these are not common. The most common is chemical. Most common is chemical ulcers. Next is arterial ulcer. Next is arterial ulcers. What is arterial ulcers? You people know about atherosclerosis. You heard something about the deep vein thrombosis. Okay, let me explain. Suppose this is a vein. This is vein going deep down your leg. Okay, this is a vein going deep down to your vein, and suddenly this portion is get clogged. This portion is get clogged. Okay, this portion is get clogged. Now circulation will stop. The circulation will stop, and ultimately the portion which is being supplied by this vein, this artery, maybe vein. Suppose the clotting in the vein. Okay, so there will be backflow. There will be no proper circulation. Maybe arteries is okay. Artery is supplying, but there is a continuity between the arteries and veins. So if further portion is blocked, there will be backflow, and the portion which is being supplied with a particular artery will not get the oxygen supply or maybe nutrient. What will happen? You will develop an ulcer over there. Clear? This ulcer is called as arterial ulcer because of deep vein thrombosis. Most commonly found in pregnancy. The pregnant ladies, they mostly complain about the leg pain, thigh pain, etc. It is because of improper supply of blood. Okay, this is called trophic ulcer, pressure ulcer. Now come to the arterial ulcer. Next is trophic ulcer, pressure ulcer. What is trophic ulcer, pressure ulcer? I have told you trophic ulcer, pressure ulcer is that ulcer which has been generated over the period of time because of excessive pressure. Example is bed sore. Trophic ulcer, pressure ulcer is because of the excessive pressure over the part of body. It is also called bed sore. Next is in non-specific. Next is cryopathic ulcer. The cryopathic ulcer is also called as frostbite. Cryopathic ulcer also called as frostbite. The cryopathic ulcer is also called as frostbite. Those people who are working in Siachen, glacier areas, very cold area, there is a very common frostbite. The temperature goes deep down to the -20, -30 degrees centigrades. Okay. So the temperature goes to -20 degree, -30 degree, and if you go outside, your terminal part of the body, will get necrosed. Okay, the terminal part of body, because of the vasoconstriction. Extreme low temperature causes vasoconstriction. The terminal part of your body, like fingers, will get very low supply of blood, because there is only one artery is going, and because of the low temperature, there is a vasoconstriction. The blood supply will hamper. There will be no blood supply in your fingers. Clear? In that case, there will be a necrosis over the tip of your finger. This necrosis is called frostbite, and it is also called as cryopathic. This is also called as cryopathic ulcers. Clear? Okay. These are the type of ulcers. I hope the topic is almost covered, and the important questions which have been asked I will mention in my notes. Now come to the investigation. It is very important as well, because these are the topics which will come in your clinics. Okay, whenever you will be a clinician in your hospital, you have to deal with this. And how you will deal, you should know the investigation portion and the treatment portion as well. I have already told you, in the modern portion we will cover in three sector. One, which is very important for your clinical knowledge, for your exam purpose, everything we will discuss within detail. Other topic, which is only mug-up type questions, factual questions, I will provide that in notes. And some topic which is relevant to your subject and need some understanding, I will brief that. Okay, so this is a very important topic. Whenever you will be working clinician in your hospital, maybe in emergency, you have to deal with this. You should know about the investigation and treatment as well. Although only few question has been asked, but still I insist you should know. Next, write down investigation. Okay, if somebody come with a large, if some patient come in your hospital with a large ulcer, clear, what investigation you will advise? What investigation you will advise? First is culture. Okay, this session is about to end now, and we will continue in 10-15 seconds again. Okay, I think one hour has been over. Okay, continuing.